Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on nets. Most 3D objects can be formed by folding plane shapes. The plane shapes may consist of squares, rectangles, triangles, circles, etc. The following examples illustrate the above information. We start off with a cube. A very common 3D object where the 6 faces are squares. Now, when this cube is flattened out, that is, when it is unfolded, we have the net of a cube, and that consists of 6 squares because there are 6 faces of the cube. So here is a plane shape that's been unfolded, and that represents the net of this cube. When this is folded, we end up with the actual cube itself. The square prism. Now with a square prism you have a square on one side, a square on the other side, exactly the same size, and they're joined together. So there are 4 faces. 1, 2, the bottom one's 3 and the side one's 4. So there are 4 faces. Quite straightforward having a look at that square prism. So the net of the square prism, again, you'll have those 4 rectangles which represent the 4 long faces, and then these are the 2 sides. Each of them is a square. The next 3D shape we have is a rectangular prism. The reason it's called a rectangular prism is because the side here is a rectangle. We have another rectangle on this side, exactly the same shape and size, and then we have 4 rectangular faces. This one, that one, the one at the back, and the one underneath. When these are unfolded, we have the net of a rectangular prism. Okay, so when these are folded together, we end up back here. So that's what the net of a rectangular prism looks like. We also have a triangular prism, and the reason we call it a triangular prism is because that side and that side are both triangles, and then there are 3 faces, this one at the front, the one at the back, and the one at the bottom, and they are rectangles. So let's turn over and have a look at the net of the triangular prism. So here's the net here. They're the 2 triangles, and then we have the rectangular faces. We have the triangular pyramid. Now, it looks like this triangular pyramid. It doesn't matter where the base is. Look, let's assume that's the base there. They can be all different shapes, these triangles. They don't all have to be equal. For example, here we can see that the base is quite small, so that's possible, and the sides are larger. But it could be a triangular pyramid where all the triangles are equal. That's possible also. But this is just a sketch of what the net would look like. We also have the square pyramid. The reason it's called a square pyramid is because the base is a square and it comes up to an apex. Let's have a look at the net on the other side. So here's the net here, there's the square, and these are the triangular faces. We also have a cylinder that looks like a can, circle up here, circle down there, and when we unfold that curved shape, we get a rectangle. So that's the net of the cylinder. Here we have the cone, where the base is a circle, and it comes up to a point similar to a pyramid, but it's not actually a pyramid. We call it a cone. And the net, we have the circle here, which represents the base, and that's the curved section when it's unfolded. So this video has introduced us to some 3D shapes, and we've seen how to form the nets, a net for each of those shapes, just by unfolding the 3D object. And all a net is, it's a two-dimensional shape consisting of triangles or squares, etc., or circles, etc., etc. And when those plane shapes are folded, we can form the particular 3D object.